Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter from France. So I'm just trying to adjust the microphone if you're hearing some strange noise right now. So yeah, this is a very spontaneous podcast slash video because as usual I'm recording this podcast on video and I'm gonna put that video on my YouTube channel called Beatrice Marse with a knee for Mars. And basically, for the fans and for anyone who's actually interested, is that I've just finished today, the 29th, June 29th, 2020. I've just finished to master track number 3 of album number 8. And I'm in a weird mood today. It's very difficult to explain. And I said, well, at one point in the day, and I'm actually right now, I was mastering and at the same time watching the Matrix. Weird. Why did I do that? It's because it's to fight hearing fatigue, if you understand what I'm saying. So, and I've did that on purpose, apart from fatigue, from fighting the fatigue. That's what I can say. Is that number 3, track number 3 of number 8. It's kind of a weird song. It started well. Then I did something to it. Then I wrote the lyrics. And in the same night, I've actually written 2 sets of lyrics, and actually it was on the 27th of June 2020. And then I came back to it, tried to listen to it, and I thought, yeah, the second set of lyrics is actually appropriate. And then today I was wondering what I was going to do. Basically, I got up early, 6 in the morning, thanks to my neighbor, and during the day I wasn't too sure because I was planning a few things for today, especially a bike ride in the afternoon, which did not happen because I'm mastering number 3. At one point I was starting to actually watch Matrix, and then I had this recurring thought since this morning that I should actually master track number 3. And the funny thing is, this morning I got up with a melody, and actually, as usual, I took the telephone and recorded, tried to hum the melody on the telephone so it's recorded for posterity, and then I can come back to it and maybe do a track with it. I don't know, because I got a few sets of 5 that I've never actually worked with so far. And then I'm actually I've got another 50 minutes left to watch Matrix, so I'm not close to the end, but almost. And I thought it was a fitting time to actually watch Matrix right now because of what I've been reading, what I'm experiencing right now with the music and everything around me. What's happening when you go on the internet, what you see, what you hear, and everything. I thought it was like, and the thing I was bothered about that red pill thing, and I thought, someone was mentioning the Matrix. I said, well, it's been like over a month, and I said to myself, I need to watch the Matrix. So I did that this afternoon, and I'm planning to probably finish it tonight right now because now I've got another type of work behind me after the mastering of this track. So writing a song, it's easy and it's not easy. So if you're a singer-songwriter, you know what I'm going to talk about, because honestly, I've written songs in 20 minutes sharp, meaning I had the structure of a song with all the instruments and the lyrics as well, and all I needed to do after those 20 minutes is to actually come back to a song and do a mix, arrange things a little bit, and then master a song afterwards. But it's rare, but it happened to me in the past. And when I come to think about it, I'm not too sure if I need to use my 2 hands or 1 hand to actually to count the number of songs that I've done that way. But it's something I've done before in 20 minutes. And then there are those songs like like I was speaking on my last podcast, was the first two tracks of number 8. They're a little bit. It's a bit funny because I've started it for number 7. I didn't like them, and then my idea told me, well, I had an idea. Just go back to those track and see what you can do with it. They were meant to be for number 7, and then we didn't. We didn't land on number 7, but on number 8. And basically, the two tracks do not sound like the original work I've done, but they do exist right now. And then there's that track number 3, which is starting well. I did like the drums, I like the bass and everything. It was easy, fluent, nothing really, just like in the flow sort of thing. And then I stopped, like I did as usual. No more than an hour work, and then I take a break and then come back to it, and then and I did that on several days, so it wasn't just one day of work. Basically, it's been several days of work, but just one hour from and what time 1 hour, and then you do the song somehow. You come to mastering like this afternoon, and then last 48 hours ago, I decided to actually sit down and write the lyrics to the songs. And I was like going into some moody type of stuff, and then reading the lyrics, and actually, yeah, the only thing I knew is that I had to like do it in French. The lyrics had to be in French, so, and the two sets of lyrics are in French. So the original set, I've had them to moody, and it's the first time I think it is the first time that actually within minutes I actually write two sets of lyrics for the same songs. And the funny thing is still the first set is still on the project, so it's kind of funny. And that song feels weird. I don't know if it's just because of me. I'm in a weird mood. A bit of a blue. It's not moody. It's just big blue, bit. Yeah. In a weird mood. That's what I can say. It sounds weird to me, and but I'm glad to say that today I've decided that what was it in the mastering, that was it. And I kind of think that in terms of mixing, production, and everything, it's one of the best production I've done so far. But it's a weird song. And the question I'm asking myself right now as I'm speaking to you is that will I like this song like something like tomorrow or in few months back? Because there are songs right now that I can hear again and again, and there are songs I cannot stand, meaning they actually bringing bad souvenirs to me, and some of them, and there's another set of songs that it's not me anymore. I know that somehow I turn the page, so it's not me anymore, so there's no point in hearing them because it's not me. It just like bothers me because I know it's not me. I've moved on, so it has nothing to, well, yes, it has everything to do with me because I was the one to actually come up with the songs, but psychologically it's not. I know that it's not me, and there are songs that I can keep like listening to over and over again because I like those songs very much. So namely, The Writing on the Wall. That's my favorite song so far. And also another one called Trouver les mots. It's not the same, and it's a bit more melancholic and more like romancy type of thing. So sometimes I'm surprising myself because I could be such a romantic somehow, and I'm just and I would not define myself as being a romantic. So funny, songwriters are. That's what I can say. So yeah, the writing process, writing a song, is it easy? Is not? Is it easy? Is not? Is it not easy? I would say it depends on the day, of your mood. It depends on many things, and it depends also how you want to project yourself on the day you actually like coming up with the goods. That's what I can say. So yeah, it's actually a process that's fascinates me so much that I can't stop. That's what I can say. I cannot stop, and I truly believe and hope that I will do that till my last breath. That's what I can say because I cannot stop. And as I say, and saying that right now, I'm thinking I just cannot wait until the moment I will have a full modular setup, because news is uh, on number 8, surely the modular synthesis is there. It's inside. On number 3, on track number 3 of number 8, the modular synthesis is there. It's all it's all over. It's all over. That's what I can say, and I like it very much because. Why do I like modular synthesis? Because it's like the electric guitar in some way, but first, it's very relaxing to actually to work on a project on a modular synthesizer. Just to do a jam session. To me, it's very relaxing. I know some people who. I was watching other videos on YouTube, and some people are saying that, but to me, it's very relaxing. I could actually get in totally stressed up and fed up, and I actually do the, just even 5-10 minutes, and I'm already going down, down, low, 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 low. And when I finish with that thing, I usually just fine, just fine. So yeah, I really like modular synthesis. So I would like to introduce more and more and more of it in my song. So like I say, I still don't know. Am I gonna? Is it gonna be an instrumental or with lyrics? So far, it's with lyrics, and then there is that side project where I actually do some modular jam sessions. So far, there's 6 of them on my YouTube channel, BMJS modular jam sessions, and I would like to do more of them, but I see how it goes. I truly hope that before the end of the year, I would have created more modules so I can work with them. Whew. Boy. And there's another thing I'm gonna say. If you've been following me, I can't remember if the video was in French or in English, but I had something to say back, I think, in 2014 or 2015 about being on Patreon and patrons, and I couldn't I was watching on YouTube people were using Patreon and looking for patrons, and I had to think at the time. I thought it was a bit dodgy. The use of Patreons was just a bit dodgy. To me, it was much more like a money grab. And now, somewhere down the line, I have to say I've read that book from Jeff Goins, and then with all my tribulations, I now understand the idea of Patreon and the use of Patreon for the artist or any creator, and then by really understanding, because the thing is, when I was young, when you learn from French history, and I was actually interested in music anyway, and interested in music anyway, and I knew that like in the 18th century, 17th, 16th century, musician artists were used to have patrons. Kings were patrons of the art, and they were like basically giving them money just to create the art, and make some shows for them. So this part I couldn't understand, but when I actually discovered Patreon on YouTube and people using Patreon, I couldn't quite understand. It found it a bit dodgy to me, funny. Okay. Now that I've been more, educated on the subject, I can understand the thing. As I said to you, as I said before, just a few minutes ago, it's just that when I read that book from Jeff Goins, then I understood. And I think I wasn't for it, and I said, I know that I said that on a video, in a French video or an English video, I can't remember, to be honest with you. But I have to say I was against it. I wasn't too keen on it because of the way some people were using that Patreon thingy on YouTube. But now I actually understand the process, and right now I have to say, in the dire situation I'm in right now, it would make sense for me to have a few patrons. I would say it would alleviate the pain somewhere, and some kind of stress. In the voice somehow, I was saying that in a French video. with that thingy that's lying around the world right now, I've got so much trouble, but at the end of the day, I'm into so much trouble. Somehow I'm in peace with myself. This is a really strange statement to say, but that's the way it is. And the thing is, that's the reason why now it seems to me that I can actually work again fully on my music. As I say, as I said before, I went into a phase, and right now I feel like for the very first time I'm totally drained, but I think like I'm ready again to actually do more work on my music. So it might mean that number 8 is going to be finished before the end of this year. Surely it could be by the end of the summer, because I usually for the other 6 album, usually it takes me something like 3 months to write an album. Whatever, between 11 to 15 tracks, it could take me as little as 3 months, and it could take me maybe it take longer, but I feel like that number 8 could be finished if I'm like still staying on the way I'm working right now. I definitely think if I still got the faith I have right now, the spirit I have right now, the envy I have right now, I definitely think that if not by the end of the summer, by the end of 2020, number 8 is gonna be finished. And yes, there's a title already for number 8. So writing a song, basically you just need to get down to it. I mean, even if you're pro, you know what I'm saying. If you're a beginner, just like you need to start somehow. So just like sit down, do something. You may like it, something you may not like it. If you don't like it, you shelve it for the time being, and then you carry on. And then at one point you will actually write something, start to work on something. You will really really enjoy it, and then you will finish it. But then what I'm saying, you need to start somehow, and starting means that sometimes, as I was saying in the beginning, it's a 20-minute process and you're done, and sometimes it could be days or weeks, or for some of you months. But it depends the music you're making, the style of music, the way you work. There's no real cadre there's no real way to work on a song. It's up to you to define how you work on your songs. And then fortunately you have an audience that will appreciate it or will not appreciate it, but then you have to deal with it. That's all I can say. So that's it for me. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you enjoy this podcast. If you do, don't forget to subscribe somewhere, either on the YouTube channel or my the podcasting thingy you're using. And you hear from me next time. Once again, thank you very much. Bye. Take care.